A Carvana customer in Florida paid nearly $3,000 in hidden delivery and processing fees for a car they never even received. We're diving into 18 shady tactics. Carvana doesn't want exposed fake inspections, legal loopholes, disappearing warranties, and the worst part? One trick could make your car illegal to drive in your state. Have you ever been hit with a surprise fee or worse, a title delay? Drop your story in the comments. Let's make sure others don't get burned. Title delay games. Think your plates will show up in the mail? Carvana's title delay issues have left thousands without valid registration, sometimes for months. If your state doesn't allow temporary tags past 30 days, you're driving illegally. Ask up front, do you guarantee registration and title within my state's legal window? One customer in North Carolina was pulled over twice while waiting. He still owed $16,000 on a car he couldn't legally drive. Certified without inspection. Carvana promotes 150-point inspections, but in many cases there's no proof the checks ever happened. Some buyers received cars with bald tires, warped rotors, or active check engine lights. Before purchase, demand a signed inspection checklist and reconditioning report. In Missouri, a buyer uncovered a failing catalytic converter on a car marked excellent condition. $1,700 later, they had their proof. Delivery fees that weren't disclosed. Carvana's free delivery promise? It's full of loopholes. Some buyers are hit with up to $990 in delivery fees, especially if the car is shipped from out of state. Ask, can I waive the fee by picking up locally? Is this a transport vehicle? Two identical cars, different zips, $500 apart. A single line in the fine print triggered the charge. Random penalty. Moseyudo. Limited test drive windows. You've heard about the 7-day return window, but Carvana quietly caps it at 400 miles. Cross that, and your return anytime promise vanishes. Before you drive off, highlight and print your mileage clause. A Georgia buyer drove to a neighboring state, found transmission slippage, and was denied a return. Too many miles, they were told. Poor reconditioning before sale. Reconditioned sounds safe, but what does it actually mean? For Carvana, it often means washed and vacuumed. Mechanical repairs, optional. Ask, can you provide receipts or photos of mechanical work done? One buyer received a car with cracked bushings and warped brake rotors, $2,700 in hidden fixes. Missed recalls. Carvana has sold cars with open safety recalls, including dangerous airbag defects. The company claims to fix these, but many buyers found otherwise. Check every VIN on nhtsa.gov before signing anything. In California, a 2015 vehicle with an unrepaired Takata airbag was sold as safe to drive. Massive liability risk. Loan terms shift. After approval, think you've locked your rate. Carvana's digital system has caused rates to change between checkout and delivery. One buyer confirmed a 5.9% APR, then received 7.1% in their contract. Take screenshots of all loan terms at checkout and request the full agreement before delivery. Some buyers only notice the increase once their payments began. No refund. Trade-in valuation drops overnight. Your trade-in offer is time sensitive and delivery delays can wipe out hundreds. Carvana quotes are valid for only 7 days, even if they delay delivery. Print your original quote with date and VIN as backup. One seller in Texas lost $1,200 in trade-in value after Carvana rescheduled the drop-off twice. Title branding hidden in fine print. Even if a car has a clean Carvana label, it may still have frame damage, flood history, or branding in another state. Don't trust Carvana's listing alone. Run the VIN through both AutoCheck and Carfax for discrepancies. A buyer in Illinois found previous salvage branding in Louisiana. Carvana denied responsibility. Noise legal gray zone. If this video is helping you dodge these traps, hit the like button to boost it in the algorithm. It's the fastest way to warn other drivers before they make a $20,000 mistake. Refund delays after returns. Carvana might take back the car, but you won't see your money quickly. Buyers report refund delays of up to 3 weeks, even when the return is approved. If you're returning, use a credit card for any payment. It gives you dispute leverage. One man waited 18 days for a $3,500 refund, racking up overdraft fees in the meantime. Don't risk debit. Arbitration clauses block lawsuits buried deep in Carvana's terms. You can't sue them. Any disputes go to arbitration, which favors companies and limits your rights. Have a lawyer scan the fine print before you sign or check your state laws for exceptions. A woman in Arizona tried to sue over an engine failure. She was blocked and had to file complaints through the DMV instead. Zero court option. Schwartz, Chori. Fake window stickers. What you see on the listing isn't always what you get. Carvana occasionally lists optional features that don't exist on the car. Look up the original Monroney sticker, factory window label by VIN to verify trim and options. One buyer paid extra for blind spot monitors and leather seats neither existed. Specs mismatch. Registration in the wrong state. Carvana sometimes registers cars in a state different from your license. That's a tax, emissions, and inspection nightmare waiting to happen. Confirm your registration will match your actual resident state. A buyer in Nevada got plates from California DMV, rejected the emissions. Unregistered fine incoming, where no local mechanic check. You might assume you can have your mechanic look over the car after delivery. Not always. Carvana reps have denied mechanic inspections or rushed the return process. Ask this before purchase. Can I schedule an independent mechanic within the return window? One buyer had a mechanic find a bent axle. Carvana denied the return, claimed it was post-sale damage. No recourse. Odometer discrepancies. Your car might arrive with more miles than promised, sometimes hundreds more. Carvana's listings can lag behind inventory updates. Take screenshots of the mileage shown during checkout and verify it matches on delivery. One buyer's listing said 48,113 miles. The car arrived with 48,615. Carvana called it normal variance. Trust broken. App-only customer service. Carvana is proudly app-based, but that becomes a problem when things go wrong. Buyers have struggled to reach real reps when problems escalate. Save every chat log as a PDF and get written case numbers for every issue. One buyer lost access to support after their agent left the company. No notes, no backup. Loan pre-approval expired midway. If your financing pre-approval times out during a delay, you may get reapproved at a higher rate. Buyers have seen APRs jump 1 to 3 points due to expiration rules. Ask to receive all final loan docs within 48 hours of checkout. In Georgia, a buyer had to re-qualify his payment rose $83 a month. That's $1,992 over the term. Clean doesn't mean perfect. Even clean listings may hide small damage, warning lights, or cosmetic issues. Carvana's photography doesn't always show close-up wear and tear. Request 360-degree exterior shots and a photo of the dashboard with the car running. One buyer received a cracked windshield and stained seats. Carvana called it within tolerance. That cost them $600 to fix. Carvana isn't all bad, but it's not a blind trust either. Print everything, run your VIN checks, and double confirm every return policy before you buy. Next time, we'll show you how to decode dealership financing rates and spot the real APR markup. They say no hidden fees, yet the average buyer pays that's $1,412. More than expected. We're breaking down every hidden charge, risk, and fine print trick, including one that could block your title for months. Have you ever been hit with a surprise fee after you thought the deal was done? Drop it below your story might help someone else dodge it. Delivery fee isn't always listed. Think deliveries included? Some Carvana purchases tack on $190 to $599 depending on zip code. It's buried until checkout and rarely mentioned in search filters. Ask directly, is delivery waived or rebated in my area? Hidden fee, easy dodge. In some states, in person, pickup avoids the charge entirely. Registration processing delay. Some buyers report waiting over 90 days for plates or a valid title. No plate, no drive. That's not just inconvenient, it's illegal. Check registration timelines and insist on temporary plates that don't expire in under 30 days. Texas and Georgia buyers saw repeat delays in 2022 still happening. Inventory mislabeling premium package doesn't always mean what you think. Some cars list features they don't have. That's a lawsuit magnet, and yes, it's happened. Compare VIN listed trim specs with manufacturer brochures before checkout. Mismatch, report it. One buyer found heated seats, listed car had none. Inaccurate 150-point inspections. Don't assume those 150 checks caught everything. Some buyers found worn tires, squeaky brakes, even frame damage. That's not nitpicking, it's expensive. Use the return window immediately for third-party inspections. Miss it, you're stuck. Think checked means safe. Think again. Trade-in value reversals. Carvana might give you an online offer for your trade, then slash it after pickup. Suddenly that $12,000 becomes $9,800. Get their written trade and commitment. Locked in, not subject to inspection. One Reddit thread showed 3,000 plus buyers burned by this. Reconditioning fee loop. Here's the quiet killer: some states allow Carvana to charge you for prior repairs. It's often labeled as market adjustment or processing fee. Ask, was reconditioning included in the listed price? If not, walk. Used car, new tricks. Missed loan payoffs on trade-ins. If you have a loan on your trade, Carvana's late payment can ding your credit. They promise prompt payoffs, but some users show 30-day late marks. Track the loan weekly post-trade. If no payment after 7 days, file a credit bureau warning. Your score pays the price literally. As is language buried in digital docs. Even with their return policy, some purchases come as is with no long-term protection. That means zero coverage after day 8. Print and review every line before e-signing. Look for warranty void or as is sale. One buyer only found out after an engine knock. Warranty activation delays. Third-party warranties sold through Carvana often have activation windows. Some don't start until after return eligibility ends, meaning you're in a dead zone. Call the warranty provider before you buy. Confirm start date and claim exclusions. One user was denied for a blown radiator, not covered yet. If you're halfway through and thinking, I didn't know any of this, hit like. It tells the algorithm this stuff matters. Delivery driver damage car shows up scratched, dented, or with a warning light on. Carvana may blame the transport vendor, leaving you stuck. Inspect at delivery, take photos, and note everything before signing. The return clock starts the moment you sign, even with damage. Out-of-state emissions failures. That Arizona car might not pass California's stricter emissions laws, and that means no registration. Ask, is this vehicle CARB compliant? If the rep hesitates, pass. One New Yorker had to pay $3,000 for a retrofit. Loan origination fee surprises. Even with financing through Carvana, you may get hit with bank doc or origination fees. $175 here, $395 there, it adds up. Ask for the APR and the total loan cost with fees baked in. Lowest rate doesn't always mean lowest cost. Final price change at checkout. Some buyers saw their total price jump right before e-signing. Why? Updated market data, they say. Take screenshots of every page. If anything shifts, challenge it before accepting delivery. Always ask, has the final sales agreement changed from my quote? Arbitration clause in fine print. You lose the right to sue even if the car is a lemon. Carvana's digital contract includes an arbitration clause most skip past. Ask if you can opt out in writing within 30 days. Few know that's even possible. It is. Missing Carfax or service history. No Carfax, no deal. Some listings don't include service records or prior accidents. That's not just sketchy, it's a liability. Always ask for the VIN and run an independent check, not just theirs. One clean car had 4 accident claims. Autopay system glitches. Several users report autopay failing, then getting hit with late fees, even after enrollment. Set manual calendar reminders and check payment history weekly the first month. Late equals dinged credit plus dealer fees. Key fob and accessory gaps. You might get just one fob or missing floor mats, chargers, or spare tire tools. Replacements cost hundreds. Ask, does this include both keys, original charger, jack, and spare? If not, negotiate or request a post-sale accessory credit. Return denials based on wear. Trying to return your car, Carvana may deny it for minor wear like curb rash or air fresheners. That's subjective. Take full walk-around video within 24 hours of delivery. Don't drive far until return accepted. Your return clock isn't your friend. Carvana's model works great until it doesn't. Protect yourself by locking every fee, every feature, and every VIN. And if you think this was bad, wait until you hear what one national chain does to your trade-in.